To the Supreme Court vacancy. Joining us now, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Governor, I'd like your personal opinion, if I may. Do you, Governor Huckabee, do you want to see a profound shift in the Supreme Court's ideology and culture to the right? Do you want to see it?
Not to the right. I want to see it to the Constitution. I'm so frustrated when people say we want a conservative justice, we want a liberal justice. No, what we want is a non-ideological justice, somebody who looks at the Constitution, looks carefully at its words and what they meant at the time they were written, and say, that's what we're going to stick to. That may be viewed as a conservative, but it really is simply a constitutional purist, which is what we need. If somebody wants to legislate from the bench, Stuart, they can run for Congress. There's an election every 2 years for that job.
What I'm really getting at is Roe v. Wade. Many people say that was legislating from the bench, and they don't want any more of it. They want it repealed. What say you?
Well, I don't think it should have ever been placed, because that was legislating from the bench. They created a right out of thin air, applied a right to privacy to the life of an unborn child, which is absurd. And another thing that has happened in the 45 years since that ruling, we now have a lot of biological evidence to show that this is not a blob of tissues. This is a human being. So the issue is not abortion. The issue is personhood.
I agree.
Do we protect people?
Sir, I do agree with you. But if the President Trump, if he puts forward an anti-abortion, repeal Roe v. Wade overtly that way, if he puts forward that nominee, you have a very tough time getting... I don't think you get the votes. What say you?
I think that nominee does not go into saying, here's what I will do, because the case isn't before him or her yet. And that's one of the reasons that a lot of these hearings go totally off the rails. People start asking, what would you do in this case, hypothetically? The justice has to deal with the case before him or her, not deal with the case that might be presented, but only the ones that are presented, and stay to the idea that I will be true and faithful to the Constitution and its exact words, its meaning, and not legislate from the bench. Now, whether that takes a person to affirm personhood and believe that the 5th and 14th Amendment actually apply to the person who might be unborn yet but still is a person, then the court will make that decision.
The way around it is perhaps to pick a nominee who says, I will accept the court's precedent, right?
Well, but if you're going to accept the court's precedents, then would you accept the court's precedents on slavery? Go back to the Dred Scott decision of 1857. Stuart, we've had some dreadful decisions from the court. I don't want to accept those because they were wrong.
Yeah, a fair question. It's an extraordinary debate, and we're going to be having it all summer. But I want to draw this to your attention, Governor. Listen to what Ivanka Trump said about those vulgar comments Samantha Bee made. Roll the tape.
I have chosen, and I made a conscientious decision a long time ago, that I was not going to get into the fray. And that means that I'll absorb the body blows that come my way.
A lot of class, Governor, like your daughter, if I may say so.
Well, thank you very much. I think Ivanka Trump certainly showed that she has a lot more dignity, class, and sophistication than her critics ever will. Now, if anybody can look at that and see the hideous, vile things that are said about her from the likes of Samantha Bee, and they not see the distinction, let me just ask this. Which of those two role models would you like your daughter to be? Seriously. And put politics aside, do the blindfold test, and tell me which one you'd like for your daughter. And I'd ask that of every American. If it wasn't Ivanka Trump, if it was just two women talking, which one would you say, I'd like my daughter to act like that?
I think I've got a pretty good idea how 90%, 95% of Americans would respond. And they're with you, Governor. I think it's going to be a very busy summer, don't you?
I think it's going to be an incredibly busy summer, and a lot of fun and a lot of sport for those who enjoy the back and forth of politics. But here's what I hope, is that people will realize we have elections. If you don't like the direction the government is going, go out and vote. You get a choice, but you don't get to shut down everybody else's voice just because you didn't like the returns.
Well said, Governor. Well said indeed. With you all the way. Governor Huckabee, great guy. Thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir.